Russia begins where the night lasts half a year. The northernmost archipelago, eternal ice and polar bears. Glaciers hold 90% of the planet's fresh water underwater. The Kola Peninsula, 400 minerals in one place. The Barents Sea steams at minus 30 degrees. Just look. Karelian lakes are cleaner than the Mediterranean Sea. Go check. A church without a single nail, a Russian wooden miracle. Vladimir region, Leviton painted eternity here. The steppe, an ocean without water. Mirages are visible from 50 kilometers away. A sleeping volcano, higher than all the mountains of Europe combined. Crimea, a castle on a sheer cliff. Madness of architects. 60 minutes of flight, from ice fields to subtropics. Let's go. Welcome to the Arctic. Silence rings. Franz Josef Land, ice that never melts for centuries. An iceberg weighing 1,000,000 tons, just born. Cape Fligely, to the North Pole to 900 kilometers. This iceberg is taller than a skyscraper and underwater to 90%. 9/10 of the ice mountain are hidden underwater. The king of the Arctic, a sense of smell from 30 kilometers through meter-thick ice. Wrangel Island, a maternity ward for polar bears. Claws don't retract like a cat's, the perfect ice axe. Walruses weigh a ton, but they're afraid of a bear. Strange, right? Underwater, the walrus sings. It uses ultrasound to find mollusks. Polar night. The aurora dances for 6 months. If all the ice melts, the Netherlands will go underwater. Glaciers are a layered cake of 100,000 winters. Inside, the ice is blue. That's time frozen solid. The bearded seal, blubber thickness to 7 centimeters. It won't freeze. Birds on the cliffs. Nests without twigs, just an egg on a rock. the guillemot's egg doesn't fall. It rolls in a circle. Evolution. No people. Just ice, wind, and life against all odds. Ice compresses. Ridges are born. Giant pressure. Water is 40 degrees warmer than air. Steam rises in columns. Narwhal, a tusk like a meter long. Actually, a tooth. With their tusks, they measure the salinity of water. Amazing. Only a nuclear icebreaker can get through here. And the Russian one. An owl hunts without sound. Soft feathers like velvet. An Arctic fox hears a mouse under a meter of snow. Jump, strike. Sunset lasts 3 hours. Pink ice, nature's Photoshop. This iceberg is bigger than a pyramid, and it floats. A whale lives for 200 years. It remembers Napoleon. Fish with antifreeze instead of blood doesn't freeze. The northernmost land of Eurasia, only stones and moss. This moss is 300 years old, slower than anything on the planet. Stars are brighter here, no light for thousands of kilometers. The Arctic, a factory of ice and character. In 9 minutes, we head south, but the cold will remain. Kola, land the color of iron oxide, as ancient as the moon. These mountains are 350 million years old, older than dinosaurs. 400 types of minerals in one mountain, a jeweler's treasury. Kirovsk. In winter, the sun doesn't show up for 40 days. They live with flashlights and say, cozy, a toughening. The wind here blows everything away. Trees are like flags. Mount Kolpor, the summit, like a knife blade. The cliff is 100 meters high. Next to it, a human is an ant. A lake in a volcanic crater. The color, space. Turiberka, a ship graveyard. The sea didn't let go. Rust like red moss, the beauty of dying. The sea has been battering these ships for 30 years, and they still stand. Air -30, water +2. The sea steams like a sauna. A waterfall straight into the ocean. Can you hear the roar? Lava Zero tundras. The plateau looks like a table. Side, a rocking stone. Tons balanced on a pivot point. $1,000 tons on a support the size of a matchbox. How? Side 0, the sacred lake of the Sami. Water like a mirror. An island with stone idols. Not everyone may enter. The aurora happens here 200 nights a year, as often as rain. An apatite mine. Depth 600 meters into the earth. An ore truck pulls 100 cars. A snake across the tundra. Birch trees here are knee-high. Dwarfs that are 100 years old. Reindeer moss grows 5 millimeters per year. The reindeer eat it. It can't keep up. Reindeer smell moss under a meter of snow. A nose like a locator. Sky oxide and earth oxide. One color. Goodbye to cola. We drive to wooden churches. Karelia, granite and water, wood and silence. Roskilde waterfalls, 100 buckets of water per second. Water erodes stone, millions of years and this deep. This was Catherine the Great's old quarry. They flooded it, beautiful. Visibility 15 meters, like in an Olympic pool. The water is more turquoise than in Greece. True, colder. Walls 30 meters high. Your voice echoes. Inside, a marble cave. Light like in a cathedral. A Hankowski sings. The roar can be heard a kilometer away. Ladoga, the largest lake in Europe. And here is Velam. A monastery on the cliffs. Monks pray 24/7. The frescoes are 200 years old. The colors look like yesterday's. A hermitage on an island. Only a boat in faith. A pine tree grows on bare rock. Roots like fingers. The silence here presses on your ears. You can hear moss growing. Kizi, wooden laced without a single male. "22 domes minus 22 angels, made with an axe. A dovetail joint, stronger than a nail. Height 37 meters, like 12 floors, made of wood. An iconostas is 4 stories high, hand-applied gold leaf. A chapel was moved from another village, taken apart, reassembled. Carving is a talisman. Sun, water, field. Zonde, a land of 1,000 lakes and 1,000 legends. Petroglyphs are 5,000 years old. Bot al-Qsan. Skis were invented in Karelia, proven by stone. A wooden bridge holds a truck, the secret larch. A porcini mushroom the size of a plate. Karelia feeds you. Wood and granite. Next, the golden ring. The Russian North. Time flows like resin. A chapel on the crown, a place of power at first sight. The sky on the ceiling, stars like in a real atlas. A peasant prayed and checked the astro forecast. Okay? These houses are 200 years old, still alive. Here they still believe in forest spirits and bathhouse spirits. A northern village, its own farm, its own bread. Mist drifts over the water. The boat sails into nowhere. Mushrooms here mow them down, white as statues. The axe here is the second god. The saw is a luxury. Przensky Pogost, 22 chapels for 20 residents. Icons are 400 years old. No one restores them wholly. Kirilov, a monastery city. Walls as thick as a house. Walls 2 kilometers long, guarded against Poles and against themselves. The holy gates. You enter, you leave your sins behind. The iconostasis weighs tons. Gold from the Urals. Even the terrible envied the abbot. He had more gold. the lake like a mirror. Monks fished for themselves and for the Tsar. Ferapontovo, smaller but more delicate. Dionysius painted without mistakes, straight onto the wall. The secret, egg, and local stone. Chemistry is powerless. The bells here don't call to prayer. They call to peace. The northern sun sets slowly, as if it doesn't want to leave. We leave for the Golden Ring. Leviton is waiting there. The Golden Ring. The Volga flows through the Russian soul. Leviton painted eternal peace here. The view hasn't changed. No difference. Only the colors are fresher. Plios, a town of artists. The air smells of oil. Time has frozen here. Even cars drive quietly. The Volga is not wide here. It is philosophical. Suzdal, a museum town. 200 churches for 10,000 residents. A Kremlin from the 11th century. The ramparts were dug by hand, without excavators. Evdokia Lopukina, the first wife of Peter the Great, lived here. This church was moved to Suzdal, assembled without a nail. The mill still works. Flour like 100 years ago. Suzdal, the capital of cucumbers. A festival every year. Vladimir, the Golden Gate from the 13th century. The horde did not take it. The gate was plated with copper. The sun made it golden. Rublev painted the Last Judgment here. Terribly beautiful. "600 carved stones on the facade. Animals, birds, flowers. Stone was cut like lace. Steel on granite. Prince Andrei Bogolubsky built it for his son. A memory. Inside there is nothing, only walls and silence. The proportions are precise to the millimeter. Da Vinci rests. Let's move on. The steppe and Elbrus are waiting. The steppe, an ocean without water. Feather grass ripples. Each stem is like a string. The wind plays. A gopher, the guard of the steppe, whistles. Everyone hides. See that lake? A mirage. The real one is 50 kilometers away. The sunset here fills the whole sky. Sky and steppe are one. Rain is visible an hour away. A wall of water moves towards you. The smell of the steppe after rain lasts 3 days. And there, mountains. Different. Formidable. Elbrus, a sleeping volcano. Higher than any mountain in Europe. Bermamet, the best viewpoint. The whole Elbrus is in the palm of your hand. You are above the clouds. Elbrus looks at you. Two summits. The western one is 20 meters higher. The glaciers of Elbrus feed 3 rivers, Kuban, Malka, Baksan. The summit was conquered in 1874. Thousands have died. Narzan, living water. It fizzes like soda. Iron and magnesium, a whole pharmacy. Drink up, but not too much. Dambe, a lake the color of an alpine cat's eyes. Visibility to 30 meters. Stones as if under a magnifying glass. Peak Suffragette means spike in translation. Sharp as a knife. Waterfalls fall from 300 meters. The roar is constant. Legend. A girl's tears made the lake sweet. Don't believe it. The Bazinji Wall, the heart of the Caucasus. 12 kilometers of ice. The wall is higher than the Alps. Mont Blanc takes a break. Carmada. Here a glacier destroyed a town, and a film crew. Sergei Bedrov disappeared here. The gorge remembers. Kolka moves 5 meters per hour, faster than a runner. The glacier runs faster than a human. The Chegem geysers. Sting shoots up 10 meters. Water at 80 degrees. An egg will cook in a minute. The waterfalls don't fall. They hang. The wind scatters them into dust. Tours, mountain goats. They jump where a bird is afraid. The bearded vulture eats bones. Don't even hide the skeletons. Elbrus at sunset, a pink diamond. Stars fall here every minute. Make a wish. The moon rises from the volcano's crater, like in a horror movie. The first ray touches the summit, alpine light. From feather grass to glacier, 10 minutes, like an instant. Next, Crimea, palm trees and the sea await. Let's fly. Crimea, the sea smells of iodine and eternity. A castle on a cliff. Looks like it's about to fall. Height 40 meters. Below, rocks and foam. Bricks were carried on shoulders. No elevators. From here you can see Turkey, if the weather is clear. AI Petri, clouds under your feet, surrealism. The teeth of AI Petri, stone fingers holding the sky. The cable car takes 20 minutes, from summer into winter. In 20 minutes, from April to December. Violent, cliffs like a layered cake of time. The water here is turquoise. Pebbles rattle like a drum. Diana's Grotto. Through the arch, you can see paradise. Dolphins are the masters here. They swim with you. Chersonesus is 2,500 years old. Vladimir baptized Rus here. The bell rang for fog, heard 20 kilometers away. The Kerch Bridge, 19 kilometers, connected the shores. Sochi, mountains a step away from the sea, palm trees and snow. Mount Akin, Stalin's tower. He wanted to see Turkey. A tower from 1936. Architecture, a mix of fairy tale and regime. The 2014 Olympics. The stadium, like a seashell on the shore. The Arboretum minus 1,500 species of plants. A globe in miniature. A magnolia flower the size of a face. Sent throughout the whole park. Macaques here are cheeky. They'll steal your bag. You won't even notice. Pebbles crunch underfoot. Sea temperature, plus 26. Each wave is a foot massage, free. The sunset here is no worse than the Maldives. And the price? lower. Sochi mandarins are sweeter than Turkish ones. Tried and tested. The city never sleeps. Lights to the horizon. The last ray. Next, the finale. We haven't seen everything. This is only the beginning. Baikal, depth 1642 meters. 5 Ostankino towers. The Nerpa, the symbol of Baikal, not afraid of humans. The Urals, 7 stone idols. The Mansi believed spirits. Kamchatka, the Valley of Geysers, the second place in the world. Water 95 degrees. Deadly beautiful. Bears are the main fishermen here. Sockeye salmon, millions. Altai, the heart of Asia. Beluga, a sacred peak. Pudarana, waterfalls higher than Niagara by 10 times. A wooden miracle, without a nail, without time. Elbrus sleeps, but can wake up at any moment. "30 locations, 11 time zones. We are at the top, and below, a country worth seeing. Thank you for the flight. Pack your backpack. We're leaving.